The Alabama legislature, thank you for being here. Thank you for putting your trust in ADECA with the ARPA 1, ARPA 2, and the broadband accessibility funds. It means a great deal, and I will not steal anyone's thunder as we proceed, but I would like to take and thank you individually as well as collectively for what you do every day for our state in making it better. Now, I would also like to welcome, a special welcome, to Speaker Ledbetter. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your leadership in the House, and thank you for supporting broadband. And to Pro Tem Reed, thank you for what you do individually and leading these individuals for our state as well as in broadband. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the absolute honor and privilege to be able to introduce a lady that has vision, forethought, and planning ability. She knows that there is a void between rural Alabama and metropolitan and urban Alabama. She is closing that gap. She is creating parity. She is making sure that our children are able to get the same educational opportunities as all other children. She's making sure that rural Alabama has the same opportunities from a standpoint of economic development as metropolitan and urban Alabama. And not only that, but with the advancements that are being made in healthcare today, God, I like it. Man, if they ain't got to cut me open and if I can stay at home to talk to a doctor, that's what it's all about. I have the honor and privilege to call my boss up to the podium for comments, the 54th governor of the state of Alabama.
Thank you, Director Boswell. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's a pleasure to join Director Boswell and Senate Pro Tem Greg Reed and Speaker Nathaniel Ledbetter and each of you for this important announcement about the progress of Alabama's broadband investments. Folks, I'm excited about the depth and the pace of our broadband rollout. Thanks to our team partners in the legislature, ADECA, and our state's internet service providers, we have not only made significant progress in advancing Alabama's broadband capability, we have received national recognition for this innovative approach. In 2021, Alabama ranked near the bottom nationally in broadband connectivity at number 47. By last year, we had risen 23 steps to be among the top 24 states in broadband readiness, according to Broadband's Now annual rankings. The speed of our progress is due to the hard work of Director Boswell and his top-notch team at ADECA, working with the Alabama's internet service providers to create some of the most detailed broadband access maps in the country. Folks, we were far out front of the federal government's own maps. Armed with highly detailed maps, we have been able to laser focus on the problem areas and direct funds to address those problems. Equally important, our friends in the legislature have answered our call every time we have asked for funds to tackle the broadband challenge. Next month will mark 6 years since I signed the original Alabama Broadband Accessibility Act into law. With your support, the Act established the Alabama Broadband Accessibility Fund, which laid the foundation to deliver vital broadband service to all areas of Alabama. To date, the fund invested approximately $82 million in state dollars through grant awards supporting more than 100 last-mile broadband development projects. What's more, since 2022, we have invested over $270 million in federal ARPA funds, also approved by the legislature, to simultaneously build out 7,000 miles of middle mile broadband capability. Let's put these projects into context. When you think of middle miles, think of the construction of the interstate and major four-lane highways access our state. And when you think of last mile, think of interstate exit ramps into communities and neighborhoods. Fiber optic cable is not as visible as miles of concrete and asphalt, so you may not have seen our work, but since 2018, we have been simultaneously laying the virtual equivalent of thousands of miles of interstate highways and off-ramps. While not every community can have concrete and asphalt interstate access, they can have a direct on-ramp to broadband connectivity. And that is our goal, to bring broadband access to every Alabama home and business. Over the next 3 years, every Alabamian will see the difference, and we will be more competitive as we work to connect Alabama. We would not have achieved this remarkable success to date without all of your help. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. This morning we have more exciting news about what's next, along with some great new maps detailing our progress. The nearly $150 million in new last-mile grants to be announced today come from ARPA funds approved by the legislature in 2022. I'll now yield the floor to Director Boswell. Kenneth, come show us your maps.
Yes. Thank you. Before I show them maps to my boss, I'd like to recognize a group that has really made this day possible. I'd stack them up against a team anywhere in this state. Our division, our Alabama Broadband Division, led by Maureen Neighbors. Please stand, ladies and gentlemen, and just give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Now, let me also recognize a group of people that is here today that represents the Alabama Digital Expansion Authority Board. I'd like to begin with Chairman Representative Randall Shedd. Please stand. Vice Chairman, Senator Donnie Chastain. Senator Steve Livingston. Senator Andrew Jones. And our Finance Director, Bill Poole. Bill? There he is over here on the left. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for any of you that know me, I'm very visual, and I think a picture's worth 1,000 words. But in 2017, this is where we started. This is where we started. From that point, we worked on important middle mile infrastructure that makes it easier for providers to complete connections with households and businesses. We started the Alabama statewide middle mile network. with the ARPA 1 funds. Recipients were Alabama Fiber Network. Grant amount was $82.5 million. Match was $36.6 million. Coverage was 64 counties and 3,000 miles. On February the 5th, in the governor's hometown, we announced the Alabama Anchor Institute Middle Mile. The grant recipients, this was funded with ARPA 2. This middle mile is very vital. It connects the Anchor Institute Middle Mile, consists of colleges, K through 12, education institutes of all sorts, hospitals, and government facilities. 21 projects to 12 grantees, overall grant amount $188.4 million, match amount $58.1 million, estimated miles 4,287 miles, estimated Anchor Institutes 793. This was just the middle mile. Let's add the last mile. Since 2018, the Broadband Accessibility Fund, we've awarded 107 projects. Total grants, $82 million. Estimated matching funds, $193 million. Estimated new services, 72,108. Today, we're actually announcing the last mile of the new projects from the Capital Projects Fund. As I call out the awardees, please stand, and I will give a description. Please continue to stand. I'll give a description of your project to the legislature and to our governor. Number one, AT&T Southeast, 5 projects serving portions of Jefferson, Franklin, Russell, Mobile, Morgan counties. Grant amount, $6.9 million. Estimated miles to be run, 61. Estimated new services, 1,871. Thank you. Number 2, Bright Speed, 2 projects serving portions of St. Clair and Pickens counties. Grant amount, $388,061. Estimated route miles, 21. Estimated new services, 479. Thank you. Number 3, Central Alabama Electric Cooperative, 7 projects serving portions of Chilton, Autauga, Coosa, Dallas, Elmore counties. Grant amount, $22.9 million. Estimated route miles, 300. Estimated new services, 6,338. Thank you. Number 4, Coosa Valley Technologies, 6 projects serving portions of Calhoun, Etowah, Talladega, Shelby counties. Grant amount, $12.5 million. Estimated route miles, 199. Estimated new services, 974. Thank you. Number 5, Coleman Electric Cooperative, 1 project serving portions of Coleman and Winston counties. Grant amount, $4.1 million. Estimated route miles, 96. Estimated new services, 1,979. Thank you. Number 6, Farmers Telecommunications, 2 projects serving portions of DeKalb. Grant amount, $7.2 million. Estimated route miles, 181. Estimated new services, 1,638. Thank you. Number 7, WOW. And I don't mean just WOW, but WOW Services. Please stand. Are you represented? There he is. All right, one project serving portions of Henry and Houston counties. Grant amount, $2.3 million. Estimated route miles, 58. And estimated new services, 969. Thank you. Number 8, MediaCom. 8 projects serving portions of Escambia, Mobile, Monroe, Baldwin, Clark, and Conecuh counties. Grant amount, $22.8 million. Estimated route miles, 559. Estimated new services, 7,989. Thank you. Number 9, Millery Telephone. 1 project serving portions of Washington County. Grant amount, $3.6 million. Estimated route miles, 61. Estimated services, 988. Thank you. Number 10, Bee River Electric Cooperative. 1 project serving portions of Barber and Henry counties. Grant amount, $5 million. Estimated route miles, 507. Estimated new services, 1,529 people. Thank you. Number 11, Pine Belt Telephone. 4 projects serving portions of Clark and Marengo counties. Grant amount, $3 million. Estimated route miles, 143. Estimated new services, 483. Thank you. Number 12, RM Green. 1 project serving portions of Barber and Russell counties. Grant amount, $2.8 million. Estimated route miles, 104. Estimated new services, 682. Thank you. Number 13, 23 projects serving portions of Greene, Cobb, Elmore, Lawrence, Limestone, Bibb, Tuscaloosa, Geneva, Houston, Jefferson, Etowah, Calhoun, Lauderdale, St. Clair, Coleman, Morgan, Marshall, Cleburne, Butler, Pickens, Coosa, Talladega, Chambers, Montgomery, and Tallapoosa counties. Grant amount, $44.8 million. Estimated route miles, 2,078, with the estimated new services, 21,997 people. Thank you. Number 14, Tombigbee Electric Cooperative. 1 project serving portions of Winston County. Grant amount, $2.7 million. Estimated route miles, 155. Estimated new services, 1,584. Thank you. Number 15, Troy Cable C-Spire. 1 project serving portions of Dale and Houston counties. Grant amount, $1.6 million. Estimated route miles, 75. Estimated new services, 694. Thank you. Last but not least, 16, Yalla Hammer Networks. 2 projects serving portions of Greene, Marengo, Sumter, Bibb, Dallas, Hale, Lowndes, and Perry counties. Grant amount, $5.1 million. Estimated route miles, 830. Estimated new services, 3,698. Thank you. In total, These 66 projects serve portions of 48 counties across the state. Total grant amount is $148.3 million. Total match is $171.6 million. Total estimated route miles is 5,429. Total estimated new services, 53,892. Now, let's look at the overall impact of the Alabama Institute, or Anchor Institute Middle Mile, statewide middle mile projects, and the Broadband Accessibility Fund and the capital projects. Total projects is 195. Total grants award is $501.3 million. Estimated match is $459.4 million. Estimated new services, 126,883. Give them a round of applause. When I was a boy, there was a commercial on TV, and it was when cigarettes was popular. And it was called a Virginia Slim. We come a long way, baby. Ain't no doubt. All right, now let me get y'all's attention for the legislators that are in the room. It's very important. They've been other federal funds for broadband in Alabama that are administered directly by the federal governments. And they are awarded to individual internet service providers. These areas are generally not eligible for other federal funds for broadband. Let me identify these sources. FCC Rural Digital Opportunity Fund, otherwise known as RDOF. Another source is FCC Enhanced Alternative Connect America Cost Model. Boy, that's a mouthful. EACAM. The other is USDA Reconnect. Now, it normally takes, and this is a direct connectivity from the federal government to these internet service providers. They give them anywhere from 3 to 6 years to complete these projects. Now, legislators, this is very important. The funding commitments from these programs means that these projects are not eligible for other federal funds like the capital projects funds, like the BEAD dollars that are estimated to be here in 2025 of $1.4 billion. So I know that the governor has put into her budget $25 billion for broadband this year. Let's use a hypothetical here. You're going to have some of these internet service providers, just by a law of average, that is not going to be able to complete these projects. I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion insinuating that they won't complete them, but it's just law of average. Legislators, it's very important to make sure that the governor's $25 billion is in that budget. Because if they are not able to complete those projects, it gives us resources to help you if they don't. I thought that was very, and I'm not a lobbyist by no means, but this lady has worked very hard, as you have, to get us to where we are today. And we have made a lot of progress since 2017. From 47th, we are number 24. But I will tell you, this lady is never satisfied. And I've been in the productivity world all my life. And although we're pleased with our progress, and we truly are, ADECA is not satisfied. So, Governor, our commitment to you is to continue to work every day and make your dream come true to create that parity and get broadband throughout the state. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take and introduce a gentleman that's already been introduced, our speaker, Speaker Ledbetter, to come up and make remarks. Thank you.
Well, it's a good day today, and to see the process that's been made across the state, and Governor, I just want to say thank you for your leadership. Director Boswell, you've done a great job, and I think we owe both of you a big round of applause for what you've done for our state. As y'all all know, a few short years ago, Alabama ranked near the bottom of broadband accessibility. We weren't investing anywhere near enough money into broadband and deployment. Much of rural Alabama had little to no access, and the state had no development plan. Just like we did to rebuild Alabama in 2019, we came together as a state and found Alabama's solution to an Alabama problem. And Governor Ivey, I believe that's one of your favorite words, isn't it? An Alabama solution to an Alabama problem. I'm one of those from a rural area that until recently had limited options in high-speed internet. Last month, Governor Ivey visited DeKalb County to give a progress report on 8 projects we have had going on in my district. With those 8 projects, there's been more than 4,300 addresses in my home area, and will come online for the first time ever. To Fred Johnson and his team, thank you for that. Job well done. I also had the opportunity to cut a ribbon this week at Telehealth Center in Fort Payne at a VFW this past week, which is going to be a huge resource for our veterans that battle mental health and challenges. This is just one example, but like many others, it wouldn't be possible without the prioritization of broadband and expansion in Alabama. Today's a big milestone for our state. We announced $150 million in projects that will impact over 49 of Alabama's 67 counties. We're bringing over 53,000 Alabamians online, taking a massive step forward to ensure every Alabamian has access to high-speed internet. When we talk about our state, the best place to work, raise a family, and how we do that is projects that help people and helps our state succeed. This is the new Alabama, and I am certainly proud to be a part of it. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the work you're doing to expand broadband across our state. Thank you.
All right, I got a little more housekeeping to do. He's going to be late for his funeral. Senator Bobby Singleton has slipped in on me, and he is an ADIA board member. So please stand and be recognized, Senator. You always like that limelight, don't you, Senator? Oh, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, I also have the honor and privilege to introduce the next speaker, Pro Tem Reed, and I've been honored to be able to work with him since day one. And we've got a lot of things done, and I certainly appreciate what you have done for the state, and I appreciate you befriending me, so thank you so much. Please come up and make comments.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity for me to be with you this morning. Governor, thank you for your leadership. You're leading on every point, but this is one of your favorites, and I'm so glad of it because, as the speaker said, a lot of us in rural Alabama are benefiting tremendously from what's going on with broadband. Mr. Speaker, thank you for your leadership, not only on this topic, but every topic, and for our friendship and our ability to work so closely together. Director, you've never disappointed me. Everything I've asked you to do, you've been able to make a way. And so it's important, and I appreciate that. Thank you for what you do across Alabama.
You just heard every word you just said.
Exactly. The thing that I think is neat about what we're doing here is a great example of Alabama collaborating and working together. You've got the private sector, you've got government, you've got different industries, you've got people in the north, the south, everybody collaborating on what's going to be great for Alabama's future. And we all know how important the internet is and how important that coverage is going to be across our state. I've said before, Alabama cannot be all that we want her to be if she's only growing along the interstate. She must be growing in rural Alabamas with opportunities there, just as is the case in our most successful urban areas. And with the focus that we've had on broadband, it will be the pathway and an opportunity for that growth to continue throughout our state. Obviously, the internet impacts every aspect of our lives, whether it's education for our children or health care for ourselves or opportunities to just increase our quality of life, because like my wife does from time to time, we order things off the internet. I had a little opportunity the other day. I was at an event, and my wife was with me, and a lady introduced herself as a lobbyist for Amazon. And then she introduced herself to my wife, and I said, wait a minute, you all don't know each other? But the internet is so important to us, and the fact that we look at the screen today and we've seen numbers like 150 million, 350 million, 970 million is evidence of the fact that Alabama is spending federal and state resources with match from many of you, billions of dollars, to make sure that our citizenry and our business opportunities are world class. So again, to each of you, thank you for your commitment and your dedication. For all the legislative members, senators and House members that have made this possible, as well as all of those that are finding the resources in your organizations to match what the state and the federal government are doing, thank you for your engagement. We've only just begun. Isn't that right, Governor? Absolutely. Thank you so much. God bless you today.